Good morning, Undefeated. What's going on? Kyle Henderson, Bama Football on YouTube. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for joining us right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Let me know where you're coming from inside the comment box. I appreciate you guys so much. And thank you for being here right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Okay, let's start it out real quick, okay? Type K if you are excited about Kaden Proctor coming back to Alabama. Type K if you're excited about Kaden Proctor coming back to Alabama. Look, I'm excited about Kaden Proctor coming back. Here's why. The young man started in every single game as a freshman last season at Alabama. I get it. He was inconsistent. I think the entire offensive line was inconsistent. However, he was a freshman. He was 18 years old. And I think for what Alabama's offensive line was, I mean, he wasn't the only weak link the entire season. I kind of rewind back to the game against Tennessee. Remember Tennessee's defensive line or their pass rush was ferocious? I believe it was that game that Kaden Proctor came out of that game with the SEC Freshman Offensive Line Player of the Week. So there were times during the season where we saw what he could emerge into. I do feel that he played too heavy, and I'm curious to see when he does get back to Alabama, which I believe he'll enroll during the summertime, what he will be playing at in terms of his weight. What did he play at, like 360, 370 last year? That was too much. And I remember during the season, and before the actual first game of the year, people were hyping up Alabama's offensive line because they were bigger than NFL offensive lines. Well, and the NFL has figured it out. Just because you're a monster out there, you might be too slow. And I think the way that the SEC has evolved and college football has evolved, these guys are flying to the outside. Like, your edge rushers are elite. So if you're not fast enough to stop an edge rusher, and I think that's what happened to Alabama. So I am excited for Kaden Proctor coming back. And look at it. Look at it like this. I get it. He gets back here and nobody is guaranteed a starting spot. Remember, we always talk about entitlement. You're not entitled to anything. I promise you. Kaden Proctor has to get in here, has to prove that he can be a starter here at Alabama under the new offensive system, has to learn the new system, has to win over his teammates again, has to prove that he can be a day one starter. Nothing's promised because right now you have Pritchett, you have Wilconforme right there, right? Exactly. The question, nobody owes you anything. Just because you come back, great. Welcome back. Get to the back of the line. We already have our starters here. Now, he does have the size. He does have the talent. And if somehow, maybe this doesn't happen the first game of the season or the second game, but if Kaden Proctor is able to work himself up into the rotation where he is the number one tackle again at some point in time, I think it bodes well for Alabama. And he dropped some weight. Think about this, okay? Kaden Proctor played in every single game like I just said. Hey Arnold's like, stop. He's starting at left tackle. And probably, he probably will. Okay, so let's just say, at some point during the season, maybe it's the first game, you have Proctor, who started every game last season. And then you have Tyler Booker, who started every game last season. One of the best in college football, right? The center position, I don't know who it's going to be. Brockermeyer or Parker Brailsford, because you know that Brockermeyer and Brailsford, I don't think we figured out the center position. Do you? Do you think it's Brockermeyer that's going to start? I don't know. I think it was some transfer issues with Brailsford. That's why, we didn't see him during the springtime. Ricky Smith is saying Brockermeyer is going to be the center. All right, let me ask you, Undefeated. Type B for Brockermeyer if you think he's going to be the starter, or type P for Parker if you think he's going to be the starter. B for Brockermeyer, P for Parker, who will be the center. Whatever the case is, on the outside of the center position, you have Jaden Roberts, who I'm not sure why he didn't start at the beginning of the season, but he should have. He emerged actually into Alabama's best overall offensive lineman by the end of the season, which is crazy because Tyler Booker is pretty damn good. Okay? So the offensive line is filling out. I don't know who's going to be the right tackle. Is it going to be Wilconforme? Is it going to be Pritchett? Is it going to be somebody else? I don't know. Maybe it would be Formby, which would be pretty cool. a guy from Tuscaloosa, right? And I know I'm already on the Red Bull. I have to be. My schedule's crazy. I posted it on social media. 4:45, wake up. 5:40, 5:30, workout. You should have seen our workout today for F3. It was crazy. Crazy. We ran some stadiums at a nice stadium over here in Tuscaloosa. Just saying. But I'm excited about Kaden Proctor coming back. That's why I asked you. Just type K if you're excited about Kaden Proctor coming back. And good for him. And look, do you remember where you were mentally when you were 18 years old? Right? I mean, if they would judge you by what decisions you made at 18, okay? Leaving, he was homesick. Look, ironically, I went to school in Iowa from New Mexico, okay? And I'll never forget when my mom and my stepdad at the time dropped me off in Pella, Iowa. Man, I'd never been away from home. Now I've lived all over, right? But I remember it's different. I played football up in Pella, Iowa. And it was, I was homesick. I really was. So people saying homesick, whatever. I mean, the other thing is he can come back, which he's going to do. And I think he learns a lesson here. And I think a lesson to everybody out there and all of the prospects is that the grass isn't greener. Just because you go somewhere else, can you imagine having every single thing at your disposal here at the University of Alabama? And then you go somewhere else and you're like, I had it pretty damn good at Alabama. They're taking good care of me. So whatever the case, welcome him back. And, you get back to business and you have to earn the starting position back, which I mean, hey, Arnold, what's up, man? I agree with you. I think he's going to be the guy. Hey, Arnold, man, we're rapping today. Hatch, New Mexico. Woof. Who knows about that Hatch green chili? And there's nothing like Hatch green chili on a cheeseburger. Man, I know we're already talking lunch. It's only 9 a.m., right? You know, Smook is out there eating somewhere. By the way, Ty Hayes is off today. He's on assignment. So I don't know. He's at the ranch or something like that. So Smook will be coming in at 9:30. All right, I'll take your calls in just a minute. Let me get through a couple of these opening points. Okay, so, it was interesting. No portal entries yesterday. Are you surprised by that? Type S if you were surprised that there was no football portal entries yesterday. Type S right now if you were surprised that no portal entries yesterday. I'm surprised. And the more that I thought about it, I think that this sends there's 2 points. Number one, Coach Kalen DeBoer has done a great job winning over this program. And I think the guys truly believe in his system, are excited about the new energy. Okay. The other point is, I think that the rule within the SEC, that you can't transfer from one SEC team to the other during this transfer portal window, has completely impacted where these players are going. Because you can't just go to, a Georgia. You can't go to a Florida. You can't go to Missouri. You can't go to Ole Miss. There's rules that stop that, right? That's amazing. Someone said we had a kicker hit the portal. I'm not sure if there was. I'm saying that there might be a kicker that needs to come in. That was just me. I don't know. That was an area that I'm concerned about, but that's for another time. So I think, with the portal entries, we'll continue to track it, but a little bit surprised that there wasn't a player to hit the portal yesterday. Okay, let's talk basketball transfers in and out. I know we all follow this basketball team. I'll take your calls in just a second. This basketball team, there's a lot of moving parts right now, okay? So we're watching Mark Sears, Grant Nelson. What are they going to do? Out is Aaron Estrada. Nick Pringle hit the transfer portal last night. Are you surprised to see Nick Pringle hit the transfer portal? If you're a basketball fan, you're probably not surprised. This was kind of been in the works, right? Rylan Griffin, he's in the transfer portal. I was surprised to see Sam Walters hit the portal. Somebody said that he was pushed out. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know. That's kind of, Sam Walters going out. Now coming in, you have Houston Mallett from Pepperdine. You have Chris Youngblood from South Florida. And then also this week on Thursday, you have Aiden Holloway, which is crazy because he's from Auburn and he's visiting. He's a 4-star. He's a guard. He'll be in here Thursday, right? Then you have Cliff, I don't even know how to say his name, Omarjier from Rutgers, Clifford O. Have you seen this guy? 6'11", 240 pounds. I know he's going to visit Bama. Let's just call him Clifford O. Look him up. He's a monster. And I think if anybody needs to come into Alabama, it's a big man. I would be excited if Alabama gets a big, imposing, guy that can be a rim protector. Clifford O, look him up, 6'11", 240 pounds. He'll visit Bama. And then I just saw this morning on the Rivals. The Rivals transfer, I know I talk a lot about On3, but man, Rivals has a really good transfer portal Twitter account. Liam McNeely, who's a 5-star, he's a small forward, has also been pointed into the direction of Nate Oates and the Alabama Crimson Tide. You know what? What Nate Oates has done here at Alabama has been really amazing in this short time. And to see these 5-stars or to see heavy interest in Alabama basketball, I have said this a million times. Alabama basketball, this wasn't a one-hit wonder. This wasn't a first Final Four run. Where Alabama is going, like, they are here. This is now a football and basketball program. Nate Oates, he has this program rolling, and get ready. I mean, if they can just get a big rim protector that is a little bit athletic, like, I would more likely for Alabama to have like a Klingon, somebody from UConn as opposed to Edey. He fits more in the system. Somebody who can get back in transition defense, or somebody who could run the floor, right? But a big man is definitely needed. I appreciate you guys being here. Kyle Henderson, Bama Football on YouTube. All right, let's take some calls. Get it fired up. We got a 201, and we'll start the show with the 201. Hey, good morning. You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with, and where are you calling in from? Hello?
Hello?
201, what's up, man? Good morning. You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with, and where are you calling in from?
Not getting through.
Not getting through. Let's see. Let me try to call back, 201.
Can you hear me?
Try to call back, 201. Can you hear that?
Can you hear me?
I could hear him.
I can hear him.
Yeah, I don't know. 256, Coach Darryl, what's up? Hey, Coach Darryl, what's up, man? Appreciate you being here. Oh, some people can't hear.
I think something's wrong with the phone.
Okay, hold on one second. Let's see if we can get it. What about right now? Can you hear me now? All right, 1 second. Give me 1 second. 1 second, fam. I think I know what's going on. We'll do a quick sound. Just hang on. All right, input should be this. Output should be that. USB. All right, 1 second. Test. Coach Darryl, can you hear me? All right, 1 second, Coach Darryl. Hang on.
Yeah, Luke's saying he's on hold and can't hear the show.
Okay. Hey, Coach Darryl, can you hear me now? You hear? You got to pay the phone bills. All right, give me 1 second. Let me run a commercial real quick. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. Hang on, everyone. Just hang on. Just relax. I'll be right back. Special thanks to our sponsor, Residence in Ocean City, Maryland. Guests can book at residenceinOC.com. Use the promo code LPR for special Bama football pricing up to 20% off. Also, go to therogueshop.com. Use the promo code Bama. You get legal CBD. For me, personally, I like the topical oil. You know how intense my workouts are, right? So I like the topical oil. I like to rub that on my back, whatever. After those cinder blocks, go to their website, cruise down, look through their website, and definitely check out rogueshop.com. And like I said, I like the topical. Again, the promo code is Bama. Also, think about becoming a fan funder right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Become a part of the undefeated as low as $2.99 a month. That's 10 cents a day. How do you do this? Make sure you're logged into your account. This is on a computer. You can also do this on your phone and look for the tab that says membership. Once you click membership, you can see different options. You can see upgrade right there to the right if you want to go through the different levels. We have fan funder videos from the staff right here at Bama Football on YouTube. very easy to navigate. Let us know if you have questions inside the comment box when trying to upgrade or renew your fan funder membership right here on Bama Football on YouTube. And of course, if you want to rock that undefeated gear, check out our merch located at the bottom of the videos. We appreciate Patriot Life, Cynthia, Antoine, Caitlin, and to everybody else that supports us right here on Bama Football on How are we doing? Holy shit. Okay, is everyone okay? Huh? Let's try this again. Okay. All right, let's try to bring in someone. All right, 256. Hey, what's going on? On the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with and where are you calling in from?
Hello?
Yes, can you hear me? Wow, weird. Can you hear me? Kyle Henderson. Weird. Yeah, we're on with Luke from okay. All right, Luke. We'll call you back, man. All right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, weird.
Yeah, I can't hear you right. I'm on my phone. I had to press play and I can hear you if I do that, but no one can hear you when we're just in the call-in line.
Okay. Yeah, weird. Test 1 2. Test.
And no one can hear the show when they're waiting on hold.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, wow. Okay. Let's stay calm. Test 1 2. Test. Luke, can you hear me? Luke? This is so strange. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Internet funds. Huh. Okay. Weird. All right. Well, I guess we're just not doing that call-in show this time, but we'll get you guys again. Sorry about that. I'm not sure what happened. Okay. So weird. Sometimes the internet is undefeated. Like you. You're the undefeated. We appreciate it. And that fired up the super chats. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. T, what's up? T's in the house.
Good morning, everyone.
All right. We have can you guys hear T?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Joanne, what's up? Phone bills. Got the $2 swap for the phone bills as well. B Wood just became a fan funder yesterday. Caitlin, what's going on? I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. We survived undefeated. Anton, what's up, man? Rocking the undefeated gear. I appreciate you, man. Okay, let me ask you, undefeated. Let's have fun with it then. Let's go down to point number 4. Type X and then list your X factor for this season. That's what I was going to ask you guys about today. You guys, they could hear you, T. They should. We're coming through the same system. What's up, DW? I appreciate you being here, man. So who is your X factor for this season? Type X and then list your X factor. Lucas saying it's weird. When I hung up just now, I heard a clip of the show, then it cut off because my phone hung up. Man.
Wow, all kinds of weird stuff.
Yeah, creepy. What's today? Today's not like a creepy, weird day. It's a normal.
The 17th.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I know Smook was having issues last night. Okay, so X Factor's coming in. Could you point some of these on the screen, T? Okay, and you know what? It's been interesting because one of the bigger questions that we've been receiving has been about Ryan Williams, and asking like where Ryan Williams has been.
David Kendall's back.
What's up, David? It's cool, Kyle. Caitlin, we appreciate you. Another super chat in here. And a lot of people and I think because Ryan Williams was hyped up so much, they felt he was going to be here during the springtime. But he's not. He's a summer enrollee. So that's when you'll get Ryan Williams. And people feel that he's going to be an instant impact player. I'm excited to see him. You know, I was amazed to see Jeremy Bernard and the overall talent that he has. And I think Jalen Milroe, in like a couple days prior to that, kind of alluded to the fact that Jeremy Bernard is going to be that guy. You know, it's nice to have somebody who can be that big play threat. And I like the way that Kendrick Law was also utilized on that jet sweep, right? Because, Kendrick Law is somebody that you can't forget about. I think Kobe Prentice is going to get his. I can only imagine Ryan Williams. And then, we've been hyping up Caleb Odom as well. So many people to talk about. Who else we got, T? Who else are people posting?
So we've got Ty Simpson in here.
Wow, Ty Simpson as the X Factor. That we talked about this yesterday, and I wasn't surprised to see like the news about Ty Simpson like coming back. Were you shocked?
No, I mean I wasn't shocked to see him come back. Like
I am more like I felt that a quarterback would hit the portal.
Yeah,
and there still might be.
It would make sense, but this kid is hanging on, so good for him.
I love it. He's loyal.
I like it.
He's good, and he's damn good too. Who else we got? What else? And Caitlin, what did Caitlin send her second super chat? It's cool, Kyle. We love you. I just sent 150 this week. I know that phone bill works. Sorry, missed y'all. Yeah, we missed you too, Caitlin, and we missed T. T was there, so we didn't have like our full court press of the undefeated, but we'll take care of everybody next time. We'll have maybe we need to have another like meet and greet, which was really cool. Who else are other X Factors that we have on team?
We have like the secondary, just as a whole. Jihad Campbell.
Jihad,
excuse me.
Jihad Campbell. And he didn't play in the spring game, but I think like he's a tackle machine. I could see him easily leading the team in tackles. There you go. How about D-Rob? Straight up Milroe. 100%. Yeah. And I continue to say this, like what he possesses during these games. He was able to display that plenty of times last year. And I don't want to get into this. Even though I have a Red Bull, I don't have the energy right now to get into this whole quarterback deal. Like it's him, and you support him, and he's going to do a really good job. Jay saying Milroe. Pastor B, what's up? Pastor B, we met. Pastor B rolled up to the undefeated, which is cool. If you guys, I always like to show this photo. Let's see. It's somewhere. So the undefeated. Look at that. And I'm telling you, we are probably missing 20 people from this photo.
Yeah, I heard it was a great turnout.
Yeah, it was dope.
That's cool.
Arch, what's up, man? First time poster.
And Jeremy.
You start to recognize the avatars.
I know. I haven't seen this guy before.
What's up,
Welcome
Arch?
in.
Arch Wolf? Are you serious? That's what's up. Hell yeah. All right. Damn. Thank you, Matt Farms. Yeah. Man, that is a great one. Why do we keep sleeping on Chad Miller?
Yeah, but we do.
He's going to make us pay. I don't think we're trying. I don't think we're trying to sleep on him. I'm not. We've talked about him. It's just, he is the guy.
And then Byron said finding a kicker.
LaQuacia's like, why is my shirt scrunched up like that? Yeah, let's see. Over here on the left. No, it's a good picture. Yeah. I like it. Who else we got? Other X Factors. Adam Mompello saying the offensive line. And led by, hey, Adam, do you have Kaden Proctor starting? My question is hotter than Satan's Zach saying Kyle's wearing a hoodie. I had to rep the undefeated.
Yeah, that's the undefeated.
Yeah, that was my penance of being the undefeated. You know what? Like, we put the undefeated together, but the leader of this, and we'll just make him, we talked about this. The president of the undefeated, ladies and gentlemen, this is breaking news.
Wait, is he here?
Yeah, he's here. Okay, this is breaking news. We have an announcement. The president of our undefeated is Patriot Life. Okay, so Patriot Life, you are the president of the undefeated. Congratulations.
Congratulations. You get it whether you want it or not. You earned
Patriot
it.
Life. You this is you. So will everybody congratulate Patriot Life on being the president of the undefeated. This might be a yearly thing. So he will begin office on April 17th.
Then we should let him vote.
At 2024. And then after this,
they vote.
And he can win a second term. Okay? That's it. And then somebody else has to step up.
Wasn't Nicole something in the very beginning?
A president?
No, not the president. She was something though. Of the chat. Not like it wasn't even the undef at that point.
Do we need like a whole
we need to write this down.
A whole cabinet?
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be. So Patriot Life, thanks, man. We appreciate you so much. So Patriot Life is our super chat, our undefeated president. All right, Patriot Life is our George Washington. Yes, he is. Just don't chop down an apple tree. So yeah, it's been amazing to see. And like I said at the beginning of the show, I love the fact that Proctor's coming back. For me, the X factors, I think will be clearly Jalen Milroe. I'm trying to think like outside of Jalen Milroe, just because I want to like talk about other players that aren't so obvious. I think Jam Miller is a really great one. I think there's a whole host of wide receivers that could be the X factor. I think on defense, the obvious is probably Deontay Lawson, Jahad Campbell will probably be that guy. I guess, Keon Saber, even Malachi Moore. Malachi Moore had some big hits in that game. Yes, Angel, we talked about that with the basketball with Nick Pringle hitting the portal yesterday. I guess then that wasn't really surprising to me. Like if you follow basketball, you're not surprised by that. You took my guy, Kyle.
You said Deontay Lawson.
Yeah, I mean Deontay Lawson, he's so quiet, but he's the alpha male on that team. I'm telling you, like on the defense for sure. I mean, him and Jalen Milroe, those are the guys. Those are your defensive leaders for sure.
Yeah, they're both really good leaders.
X Factor, the edge rushers. Yeah, I mean, I guess Q Rob will be, a starter. Keanu Coot will be a starter, or probably push. Man, dang, this is a good one right here. Cole Adams, this guy could rack up a lot of receptions. Ronnie, what's up, man? Kyle, has there been any news on any players who left or coming back other than Proctor? No, not really. Let me ask you, I mean, there was no players that entered the portal yesterday from Alabama football, to my knowledge. The biggest news was that Kaden Proctor is coming back. But let me ask you, is there any interest in Traquan Fagans, who left to USC? He transferred to USC, so he could come back. Or is there any interest in like Kamani McLean? So Kamani McLean was the number one corner in the class of 2023. And he commits to Colorado. Now he is transferring. And I asked this yesterday. I did a YouTube short and I asked, and people were kind of like pass on him. They weren't interested in him. So I don't know. I honestly think that Alabama needs to take a corner. Do you, Undefeated, think that Alabama needs to take a corner? Like, I think they're fine at safety. I just think that the corner position, and you're right, Antonio is saying no interest, maybe on Kamani. And it might not be McLean, but I think there's somebody out there that needs to come in that has experience. A lot of people aren't interested in Kamani.
He doesn't like to study.
But I think the corner position, we all know that that's probably a weak spot for Alabama. Whether you have Xavier, is like, I think in time, some of these freshmen will be ready. But Xavier Brown, Mincy, and Bakwe, I'm going to go ahead and just say right now that I don't think that they're ready today to stop a guy like Jeremy Bernard. I didn't really see it during A-Day. I think that it's not an overall cause for concern, but I think back to the wide receivers that Alabama played this last season. It was amazing to see the talent at wide receiver in the SEC last year. I think honestly, so the first couple of years that I covered Alabama football, I felt that Alabama had the best wide receivers in the country and 100% in the SEC. But I think over the last 3 years that the SEC has caught up to Alabama in terms of the receivers that they have. Man, thank you. Man, the Malik Neighbors, those LSU wide receivers.
I was going to say LSU.
It was crazy. Yeah. Did you know he was targeted 17 times? 17 times in that game. The wide receivers for Ole Miss were crazy. And Lane Kiffin's going to do with that, the same thing. Tennessee's wide receivers were good. So my point is, you need to load up in the secondary. And we have somebody who played the secondary who's about to come on. and he could probably give us his opinion too. So as I mentioned, Ty Hayes, he's on assignment today out at the ranch. Steer must have got loose. So, Smook, you ready to come on in? All right, we got Coach Smook coming up right now on Bama Football on YouTube. I appreciate you guys being here. Oh, I saw, and it's crazy. I have all these. We both do. We have these transfer portal, alerts on your phone. It's crazy. It never stops.
Yep, both of our phones all day.
But I'm really not surprised. With Alabama, Caitlin coming in with another 10 spot. Appreciate you. All right, Coach Smook. What's up?
Going on, brother? What's going on? What's going on?
Good. We are trying to have some phone calls, but I don't know.
I saw that.
The internet sometimes, it's last night you were having some issues. It's just kind of part of the world that we live in, man. But I was just asking the undefeated if they felt that Alabama had, like, the fans had any interest in Cormani McClain or like a Trayvon Fagans. And overall, I felt that Alabama does need to take a corner. Are you feeling like that as well? Like, what's your take on, like, the cornerback situation now that we've had some time to watch Alabama?
And shout out to the undefeated, man. Appreciate y'all this morning. But not Cormani or Traquan. You know, I felt like if Traquan wanted to take another leap at Bama, he should have came over when Damani came. If Damani saw that, and I think he thought he was going to be the guy because Damani was gone, but that's not the case. So if he can't hold it down where Damani was struggling at, then what quality does he bring to Bama? And then with Cormani, the chat, I seen the chat, they were right on it. They hit it right on the head. He don't like to get in his playbook. Coach Prime even said that, you can have all the natural ability you want, but you got to be able to understand what your role is when you're running in some of these defensive schemes, especially when you playing like ISO boundary corner. You always on the island. You got to understand what the underneath, what your secondary options are when you get a certain shift. So I'm not interested in either one of those guys. When you got guys that could possibly hit in the portal, like Ricardo Hallman, you got Taco out of Arizona. That kid, I think he's probably the best corner in the portal right now. So, I'll pass on both of those guys.
That's Tarico Davis, Taco?
Tarico Davis, yeah, Taco.
Yeah,
Taco.
I would love if we had a player named Taco come.
Man,
we would immediately be sponsored by Taco Casa.
Taco Casa,
right? And this interception is brought to you by Taco Casa. But from what you saw, and I was just talking about this, Smook, I felt that the wide receivers in the SEC, they've clearly caught up to Alabama. Like Alabama, sure, they have guys every single year, but the wide receivers in the SEC, it was amazing to see last year, the year before even. I mean, Ole Miss wide receivers were crazy. LSU's were unbelievable. Tennessee's, right? Like, you have to have elite corners to be able to play in this league 100%. And I don't think Alabama has elite corners right now. I think in time they will, but like if Alabama had a game this Saturday against whoever, they just, that's Kyle Loves and Tacos 100%. We probably eat tacos for lunch today. Right. Am I right? Like on the wide receivers and on the corners, like they don't.
Yeah,
these guys are going to be elite in the future, but like as of at this point, they're not there yet.
Yeah, and we've been seeing the wide receivers in the SEC for a while now. It's just you haven't been seeing the quarterback play, and you see a lot of transfers come in the last few years from different parts of different conferences that the SEC isn't traditionally used to. We used to a lot of game managers, but now you have more of these dynamic pro style passes that are becoming dual threat. Now you're doing away with the dual threat, the whole pro style passer, and you're bringing in those dual threat quarterbacks who are pass reliant first and then can do extra with their legs. So you see the game changing. And I think that's what Georgia is missing. I think Georgia was missing that for a while because they've been stacked at receiver, and that's where receivers have gone to die. But you look at the talent that they able to sign, the type of wide receivers, and then they just disappear. So watch out for Georgia to be the next school to do something like that. So LSU, Tennessee, I even give Mississippi State, some credit. They have a lot of, early season guys that just you look at them and they look amazing. Like Leandre Griffin, I think is the kid name.
Yeah.
That was at Mississippi State. He was, a dog, man. So yeah, the SEC is definitely getting up there, man. Florida, we know Florida's been trash, but they've had some wide receivers too. Just kind of disappeared, man.
They have been trash. Efron, what's up, man? Been a fan funder now for 3 months, so we're starting to see a lot of the anniversaries of the fan funders because we started the fan funders on like January 16th. So you're starting to see like the and Efron, he was there. Yeah, we met him. He's in the undefeated, and Brett is like smooth.
What's up, bro? What's up, man?
With the Dodgers cap, that's what's up, man.
That's
Used
my
to
dog right there.
used to live out in LA. Going to the Dodger Stadium, it was I love going to the Dodger Stadium. Now, with that said, I'm a Giants fan, but going to the Dodgers Stadium, I would never wear like Dodgers fans don't play. Like I love LA, but Dodgers fans don't play. You wear a Giants hat there, I'm telling you, you're asking for it. You're also asking for you better have an air tag in your car because that parking lot, you will. I promise you, if you've been to the Dodger Stadium, you will lose your car. You'll lose it. I promise you. Smook, was there anybody yesterday in the portal? I was like out. I was in the portal. I'm in the portal. Look, I'm in the portal.
Thinking about it, bro.
Yeah, I'm in the portal looking behind the scenes right now. Was there anybody back here in the portal that made your ears perk up yesterday, Smook?
I'm not a portal guy, man. I just react to all this stuff. So like, I don't know. I mean, McClain probably just was the one. I kind of saw it coming, but I didn't know because it's Prime. Prime if he wanted DB, he gonna keep him. So you would think that he would want that guy, but I guess he not fit. So that one kind of surprised me. But I knew that one would get some buzz because of who it was and where he was coming from, the coach. It was. I knew it would get some buzz. That one kind of just caught my attention.
Yeah, same for me too. I mean, that's the thing about where college football is right now. Like, I get it. Recruiting has certainly changed and there's still excitement for it, but nobody knows about the portal. Like, there's nobody that is going to have like nuggets on the portal other than the guys who have entered the portal and have announced on their own that they are coming to see someone. That's how it works right now. It's completely different than recruiting. And the guys who are coming in from the portal are more than likely going to be pushed for starting spots, or at least they have been here in the past here at Alabama. Hey, Coach, when you look to like X factors, based off, the Temple, and it's still amazing to see how many people they're so excited about Ryan Williams, but he's not coming here till the summertime. And we need to continue to talk about that because people are like, well, where was he for A-Day, this and that? But when you look to like X factors, but just based off what we've seen, 15, 16 practices, who are like guys who are like X factors outside of Jalen Milroe? Like who would you think guys could be X factors?
Right off top of the head, offensively, I'm thinking Jam Miller. Jam Miller is a guy that I feel like is going to be the do-it-all back. May not be the load carrier, but he's going to be the change of speed guy, the guy you could get in the passing game, really implement in the passing game out of the backfield. I mean, most of them in the slot. You can really count on him in the pass pro, right? So Jam Miller. I'm looking at CJ Dupree to be an X factor this year too, man. I don't think people have been privileged to see his athletic ability. You remember the first week we saw him in that black jersey, but spring practice number 2, he made a few athletic catches, man. And I even went back and watched some highlights from last year. I think he only had like 14 receptions or something like that total last year. But you look at the catches he made, they were all big catches. Like 11 out of the 14 catches were first downs, bailout plays for Jalen Milroe. The USF game, he had a big block on the run play. So I like CJ Dupree, Robbie Oots, that duo tandem of H-back tight end. That's X factors. Then on the defensive side, I'm looking at the linebackers. I think you all talked about Jahad Campbell, but I'm looking at Justin Jefferson playing a big role in this rotational inside linebacker room. Like his ability to cover, get out in space and cover. he and Jeremiah Alexander actually looked good dropping back in coverage in the scrimmage. Like it looked natural for both of them. I didn't expect that from Alexander. Expected from Jefferson. Yeah, I expect to see some big things from Jefferson. And last but not least, I really think Keon Sabb was a gift from heaven. I would like, and I heard Coach Sean talk about this last night. I would like Keon Sabb to be at the free safety position and let Malachi stay in the box, because Sabb has just a read and react ability that's like second to none. You know, I mean, you put him over top, his recovery speed is there. He has the range, length. I mean, you could walk him down in the box if need to on the shift. You could put him in man coverage on the tight end. I think he was a gift, you know, in this portal.
Efron was asking you where you were posted up at last night because the setup was nice. Tell him where you were at.
We was up there at the Westgate, same spot we did the 8A stream from, you know, penthouse pimping, you know. But no, it was a nice spot. And Kyle, I hyped them all up to we kind of did a poll in the chat last night to see which game everybody wants to be at, whether we going into the stadium or not. And we got overwhelmingly amount of votes for the Georgia game. So I think it's time, like really, it's time to start planning. Folks talking about getting campers fixed up. We getting tents. We bringing the grill out. We just need to go put our stakes down and claim our property. And I think we could do it, Kyle.
The thing about Westgate too is they have been so great to us. So you can stay. So Westgate, like, there's not a lot of people that can buy a $1.5 million condo, but they have the same hotel rates as anywhere else. And they're like, it's amazing, seriously. So when you're coming in Tuscaloosa, just call Westgate and you can book there to stay at, you know, even for the basketball games, or if you come for a parents' weekend or you're visiting or whatever it is, you got to definitely check out Westgate. So, and tell them that we sent you. Tell them that you, Coach Smook, Coach Kyle, you know, whatever, sent you to Westgate, because that place it's unbelievable. Maybe I doubt it would be difficult to like set this up for the season. For a game weekend, but maybe, you know, there's a time maybe before we could get together, maybe like one of the scrimmages, like in August, we can all get together up top and have it like catered and have like our undefeated meeting up top. So who knows? Maybe we'll do something. And they're the same ones. Like if you've ever been to Gulf Shores, they own the turquoise. What is it? It's like the turquoise condos that is there in Gulf Shores. I don't think you've been to, but they own that as well. All right, Smook, before I bounce out, I wanted to ask you about Kaden Proctor. I had everybody type in K if they were excited about Kaden Proctor. What does Kaden Proctor coming back mean to you now that it's official?
You know, I was one I wasn't against him coming back. I'm against this idea of him just coming in and getting handed the job. Like this idea that people really believe that he's going to come in and just get handed the job. My thing is, if you're coming back, come back with the right mentality. You know, I've already said my apologies. You know, seeing what we saw in the scrimmage, definitely can use some more competition there, you know, and depending on how he can come in and adjust to the system, it's a new scheme, something he's not used to, you know, definitely see it. We see him slimming down too. I saw the pictures. I actually got to see him. You remember? We was walking by him. So, I mean,
I don't remember that. I didn't see him.
You remember at the second level when the dude that was hanging over was talking to us at first, and Kaden Proctor was literally sitting right there next to him.
I must have missed it, because remember when we walked right in, we went to the field first.
Yeah. And when we was turning around, he was literally up there, and I was just looking at it. I was like,
he's crazy. Like,
huge, man.
He is just such a huge human being.
Man.
It's amazing to see. I just saw this. Miami paid Mario Cristobal last year $22 million. The On3 just released that. It's the highest.
$22 million for what?
Thank you. $22 million. That's what Miami is. So not everybody knows. Like, you can't, like, USC's private, and so is Miami. So you don't understand like what they're paying their coaches. But like, here we know that. Think about this. Coach Kalen DeBoer is making $10 million. Coach Saban was what was he making? Like $11 million here.
11.
$22 million at Miami. That is crazy. This is what it says. Mario Cristobal was credited $22 million in total pay during 2022 report. This is the largest ever single year amount for an athletics department employee on a tax form by a private university, according to a report by USA Today. $22 million. That's crazy. And that was in 2022.
That's why he ain't tripping. He don't care about losing. I just made 22 mil for losing.
That's crazy.
Wow.
22 million, man.
Million. Undefeated, y'all hear that? I'm about to put my application in next time they looking for a coach.
What was the record last year? Miami.
8-4, I believe.
Miami football record. Let's see. Let's go. Okay, look, I'm bringing it up right here. All right. So last year, Miami was 7-6, and they lost the Pinstripe Bowl. In 2022, he was 5 of 7, and they didn't even make a bowl game.
Jesus Christ, 22 million? Man, come on.
That's crazy. So,
bro,
at
I can
Miami,
coach him to 5 and 7 now. I can coach him to 5 and 7.
So he's won in 2 years that Mario Cristobal's been there. He's won 12 games, and he's 12 and 13. In the ACC, he's 8 and 10. That's crazy, man. 22 mil.
I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, ain't no way.
You think you could coach Smook? You think you could coach him to 76 for $1 million?
I could do, man. I could do anything over $1 million. We winning 4 games at minimum, right? We winning at least 4. FAMU, all them, they catching heat. But I mean, I'm gonna upset somebody. Somebody gonna get upset for 22 mil. Come on, Kyle.
That's crazy.
I could do that. We can do that. It's Bama football on YouTube staff, coaching staff could get to Miami, get some undefeated members as a staff, and I'll take that 22 mil. We'll win 6 games. That's all you need to do. I'll do it. Come on now.
All right. Hey, fam, please take care of Coach Smook like you guys take care of me. Ty is on assignment today. He'll be back tomorrow on Thursday. Man, it's already Wednesday. It's crazy. We will bring you news as it happens. So if there's a big transfer portal entry or something like that, we got you covered right here, Bama Football on YouTube. Most of the transfers have been interesting, like on the basketball side. But turn the keys over to Coach Smook, and Coach Smook, do your thing, man. Support Coach Smook, Kyle Henderson, Bama Football on YouTube. I'll get you calls tomorrow. We'll figure it out, and I'll take your calls tomorrow right here on Bama Football on YouTube.
Yes, sir. What's up, y'all? Let's keep it up. Let me see. I do have a graphic. Let me get it right. I'm sorry, y'all. Thought I had my graphic up. Oh, you can leave it up, Kyle. Yeah, that's cool. Leave that up right there. Appreciate it. But yeah, no call-in. We don't have no call-ins for y'all, but y'all know what time it is. It's your boy. I'm here. Man, I do feel groggy this morning. I don't know why. Because I slept so good. I slept so good. I'm not even gonna lie. I went to sleep early about 10:45 last night. Usually I'm in the bed about 1 in the morning. So got up early, got to handle some business, made a few phone calls, got to make a trip this weekend, go see my baby. It's gonna be a good weekend, y'all. It's gonna be a good weekend. Get to see my baby daughter, my daughter, my oldest daughter. She was excited to hear that I was gonna be in town, up in them streets. But yeah, good morning. New time for me. Let me see. I see y'all. Bino, I see you. What's good? What's up, Adam? What's good, Marquita? I see y'all. Patriot Life, my brother. How y'all feeling, Kareem? Let's go. Caitlin, I see you. Didn't see you on A-Day, but I see you now. I'm gonna keep picking at it till she show up, y'all. She's had us hyped. Everybody thought they was gonna meet Caitlin. I don't feel sleepy though. I looked at my face. I'm like, why are my eyes so puffy? Like I slept good. Y'all know when you get that good sleep and you wake up, it's still on you. Your body be trying to tell you don't get out the bed. That's what happened to me. Megan, how you feeling this morning? Walt, my guy, let's go. Jeremy. Nah, I don't need no. See, Jeremy, I'm about to put you in timeout. Smook looks blinded. No, it's this light, man. I had to get some extra light. Let me see. That look better? That look better? I had to get some extra light in here. Yep. Shout out to you, man. Hey, much love, Patriot Life. My boy Rob. Appreciate you, man. Nicole in here. What's up, Sid? Nicole is, man, that's the homie right there. Nicole is the homie. JG, what's good? JG too, man. We got to make sure y'all get out to the next link up, y'all. That was so fun. My guy Joseph Davidson in here. Let's go. Cynthia, how you doing, girl? Bama fan 95. You know, Marquita, I think I shout you out too. Does Alabama go after Cormani McClain? Nah, I don't think so, man. If you do, you do a mentality check, ego check, real quick. Caleb King, my guy. Caleb had to leave early, you know what I'm saying? He had business to handle. I feel you. Doing what I taught you. That boy said. Tim Nolan, what's good, my family? Big homie 334, what's good? Greg, how you feeling? Dwight in the building. Let's go. Let's go, man. Much love to y'all. DW Campbell, welcome in. Davin Jones, what's good? Let's go. Ephraim, my guy. Ephraim, how you feeling? Steph, what's good? Smook, what's happening, famo? 8A was a vibration, man. Hate that I had to leave early. Hey, much love, fam. I was glad to see you. Glad to see you. Maddie P, what's good? What's good, Maddie P? Who else is in here, man? Make sure I don't miss nobody. Tay, yeah. Creed, yeah. Make sure I don't miss nobody. Make sure I don't miss nobody. Ronnie, what's good, man? Gary, how y'all feeling? I'm making sure I hit everybody this morning. I see a lot of y'all in here. Hey, Jawan. Is it Jawan? Is Jawan? Because I be hearing folks say it. Like, I don't see no Q in there. Where's the Q at? Rocket Town, my guy. Braze. Is that, man, this better not say bra size night. Is Brianna in here today, the Oklahoma fan? I got smoke for Oklahoma today, y'all. Jimmy, what's good? What's good, B Wood? What's good, Deborah? Man, good morning, Donald Clark. Listen, y'all making it hard to get through these now because it's so many of y'all. Appreciate y'all for showing up. Hey, before I get started, let's jump into a commercial. I got a few topics I want to talk about today, but we're not going to, there's no set order of how I want to talk. I really just want to break down A-Day. Want to break down the roster. Want to see some of you all's expectations. Here's some of you all's evaluations of what you all saw. I've been able to watch the game now, 3 times since it happened. So let's dive into that today. But before we get into it, I'm gonna give another shout out to our sponsors here on commercial, and we'll be right back with y'all. Here we go. Let's run it, baby.
Special thanks to our sponsor, Residence in Ocean City, Maryland. Guests can book at residenceinOC.com. Use the promo code LPR for special Bama football pricing up to 20% off. Also, go to therogueshop.com. Use the promo code Bama. You get legal CBD. For me, personally, I like the topical oil. You know how intense my workouts are, right? So I like the topical oil. I like to rub that on my back, whatever, after those cinder blocks. So go to their website, cruise down, look through their website, and definitely check out rogueshop.com. And like I said, I like the topical. Again, the promo code is BAMA. Also, think about becoming a fan funder right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Become a part of the Undefeated as low as $2.99 a month. That's 10 cents a day. How do you do this? Make sure you're logged into your account. This is on a computer. You can also do this on your phone and look for the tab that says membership. Once you click membership, you can see different options. You can see an upgrade button right there to the right if you want to go through the different levels. We have fan funder videos from the staff right here at Bama Football on YouTube. Very easy to navigate. Let us know if you have questions inside the comment box when trying to upgrade or renew your fan funder membership right here on Bama Football on YouTube. And of course, if you want to rock that undefeated gear, check out our merch store located at the bottom of the videos. We appreciate Patriot Life, Cynthia, Antoine, Caitlin, and to everybody else that supports us right here on Bama Football on YouTube.
Man, listen. I just seen something on Twitter that really just threw me off because I become a huge like Bama women's basketball fan, and I know this ain't football, but former assistant coach, Alabama assistant coach, Roman Tubner just took the job at the University of Tennessee as their assistant coach for their women's basketball team. I don't know whether to say congratulations or what in the world is going on. Like Tennessee, though, of all the places you could have went to, coach, Tennessee, Coach Sean not gonna be happy to hear that. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, Coach Sean is not gonna be happy. He don't want to hear nothing good about Tennessee. I mean, And the fact that they're getting our coaches now, I don't like that. I don't like that. So, but congrats, Coach Tubb. Much love to you, man. It was great meeting you for the first time, when we came in there. But back to it, man. That threw me off. And it came across my feed too. So it threw me off. But let's get into it, y'all. 8A evaluations. I'm gonna go ahead and full screen it, man. I think we can full screen. Oh yeah, it don't look that bad. So 8A evaluations. How y'all feeling, man? Where y'all want to start at? Offense or defense? I think me personally, I say we start on the defensive side. We had a lot of questions about the defense early on in the scrimmage. But after I watched it a couple times, I think we're going to be just fine on the defensive side. One reason being is because they were really handcuffed and they remain competitive against this offense, which I believe the offense is going to be, just putting up points left and right. This offense is going to be hard to stop. You're going to need every level of your defense to be really solidified and structured and disciplined to stop the offense. And I think that's what this scrimmage forced our defense to do. It forced them to be disciplined. It forced them to think outside the box in base schemes. The back end was so basic in coverage, man. It also forced, the quarterbacks on the opposing side to learn how to read basic coverage, and what they wanted to see in the general schematic of the pass scale. So I think the defense did exactly what they were supposed to do in the scrimmage. And then also talking to Malachi Moore after the game during the presser, we asked one of the interviewers, the media personnel, they asked what was the difference between the first half and the second half. And, I kind of followed up with what was the adjustments that were made. And he just said, guys just took it upon themselves to just do better. He said there was a lot of self-reflecting going on the sideline. Even though we understood it was a scrimmage, we felt like that we were definitely underperforming. And it was an accountability check. And to know that is already a type of mindset on that side of the ball, especially in the secondary, to hear that from Malachi Moore, a leader in that secondary, leader on that defense, I think that was a good sign, a good sign of what we can expect to come in the future. So let me get to some of y'all takes on the defense. Let me get to some of your takes. Let's see. Like a kicker, just on the fence with the format. Ephraim, you got to get rid of that old mindset, man. It's time to be new. But you know what's crazy, Ephraim? And this is what was talking about. Me and Coach Sean talked about this. I'm used to the defense versus offense scrimmage format. I think it's better because now you have an opportunity. If QB1's not going strong against the first D, you don't necessarily change the lineups and allow QB2, who's fighting for QB1, go and show his talent against second team. Let him go in there against first D. Let him go in the QB1 lineup with QB1 receivers. Wide receiver 1 lineup, O-line lineup number 1, and that's what that format kind of allows you to do. But at the same time, you see why the staff did it the way they did. Look at the system, man. The philosophy behind it. Offense has to score to get points. When the defense gets stops, turnover on downs, you put your team in position to get at least 3 points. You get a turnover. You change field position off a big turnover interception play. Guess what? That's 6 points. You set your offense is more likely to score. You're creating that momentum, that mindset that you're more likely to score off of a pick or a fumble recovery, something like that. You're using that momentum mindset it builds. So I like it. I like the whole philosophy behind it, not just the point system, but the philosophy behind it. And it keeps guys active. I think you get the first team a drive like we were doing. You've seen drive by drive. It was changing. Lineups were changing. You saw substitutions in the midst of those drives, right? You saw guys who were working third team getting work with second team on the defensive side. Offensive side, you couldn't really tell who the starting wide receivers were because the rotation was so deep. So I like the running back rotation and how it balanced out, with first team reps, second team reps, third and fourth team reps. I like it. I like the whole mixture of everything. We got Adam saying, We got Adam saying giving up 300 passing yards. I'm telling you right now, Adam, anybody that plays base coverage against this offense, they're going to give up 350 plus. Simple as that. You will not be able to play any type of base look against this offense and expect any success. That's why you see a lot of teams play so safe against Kalen DeBoer and this offense, especially when he was at Washington. Excuse me. They forced Oregon out of their press man look, and Oregon is Dan Lanning is aggressive style calling, defensive play caller. Go look at that Oregon game. They forced them out of that press man coverage because of the type of the pass scales that they were throwing at them, the route trees, the patterns, the combinations. Like, it was crazy. The amount of misreads by guys in press coverage because they were looking at screens and there was literally post or what we call bang routes being ran right behind them. They looking at for the screen because that's what we've been killing them with. We've been killing them with the underneath. Now, the moment, you're locked on press man, your safety's looking to help on corner route. Then you got a slip route, a slip bang route. And that's what Washington did. That's what Kalen DeBoer and that offense did, that offensive staff did. Don't give me a true one-on-one against my big X receiver. That's going to be, it's going to be hard to stop this offense. You look at the arsenal that we had to work with, it's going to be hard. Just a glorified scrimmage. We need to relax. Ohio State and Georgia didn't look that good in their games. I could care less about those teams, but you're right, man. The scrimmage is honestly, and Coach Sean even shares the same thought. The scrimmages like this are meant for it to be a showcase. Showcase the offensive, what you're bringing, what you're going to do, giving defensive players a chance to make plays, and basic sets. You saw a few times where the defense almost had. I think the defense came away with 3 interceptions that game. Yeah, I mean, that goes to show you that they're doing what they need to do to get better. They could have had 3 interceptions this game. Yeah, secondary has some time to improve, but they've got to take advantage of. Oh, facts. I think it's still coming together too. They're still trying to understand terminology, passing off coverages, match zone. How are we going to match zone? Discipline of not crossing your boundaries, right? Overlapping boundaries, or learning how to dissect the routes, combinations that can be thrown at you based off the look that you're given pre-snap, right? Jumping routes, being comfortable with jump. You didn't see a lot of that to the second half. Guys had to get settled in. D-line was definitely D-line was definitely I think the D-line, I don't think we have a problem there. I think the D-line is definitely going to have a lot of success this season, especially with we saw Kane Womack trying to design, showing us the type of stunts and things. We were running a lot of 4-man stunts. I saw a lot of twist D into the 2 twist, the 4 to the 2 twist, 5 to the 2 twist. I seen, the even look. We seen an even twist where both ends twist inside the tackles. Like, I saw a mixture of fronts too. That was another thing. I don't think anybody was paying attention to that. We saw a good mixture of fronts. We didn't just see a base defense, running base coverages. We saw a mixture of fronts, and I liked it. I like the flexibility we have. Not saying that it was top tier. We have a lot to work on, especially getting our depth in coverage for the linebackers, right? Putting, when you got your edge rushers out there and you're forced into coverage. Learning how to get to your spots, reading, diagnosing, locking onto your route first, so the secondary defender can go ahead and have your support or overhang coverage support there. And then also seeing Malachi Moore at free safety is not something that I'm a big fan of. I heard Coach Sean say it. I heard Jant say it. I'm not a big fan of having Malachi Moore at free safety. With his skill set, I think he just dissects the run. He's better at run support for what this defense and the formation needs. And he brings you that physicality, and he's better underneath coverage than he is in the second and third phase. Like, I don't know what else he has to put on film to show that's what he's made for. You get what I'm saying? So hopefully that was a test trial thing for the spring. I expect to see Sab up at that free safety position, and I expect to see Malachi Moore at that rover position. Let me get back to some of your comments. You like situation football? I mean, you still had you semi-had situation football in the scrimmage. We are used to Saban's format, folks. We have to embrace change. Saban is gone, is Debo now, y'all. I mean, I embraced it. You know, I liked it. A lot of the people in the media upstairs were like, you know, glad to see that it was different. And it's a different intensity, man. You're already doing offense versus defense during the spring, all 14 practices, and then the last practice the last scrimmage you want to, you know. And I like Saban style. We did. But I've always had offense. Who wins the day? Every practice we talk about who won the day. The offense win the day or defense win the day. Why not keep it that way? If offense won 6 out of the 14 practices and defense won, you know, what if the 15th practice was the tiebreaker? What if it was 7-7? Offense won one day, defense won, you know, one day, and they just kept going back and forth during spring. And this was the 8A game where we decide who wins the day, who wins the spring. Was it the offense or the defense? You know, and that's how it ended up being decided. And I think that mentality carries over into the fall because now the defense got to they got to have a chip on their shoulder that they gave up, you know, what it was, 34 points in the spring game. Oh, that's a chip to have, you know. Come back. Let's man, we got to get our communication down. We got to get this thing down. We can't be giving up 34 points a game. And the good thing is they really made some adjustments in the second half. And so if they could hold this offense to 34 points, imagine what they're going to do to other offenses who don't have the skill sets and the abilities and the scheme that we have. You get what I'm saying? So it's all of, to me, it's past just the game, the scrimmage is the mentality you want to set up. I think we see what our identity is going to be early on with this offense. We are going to lean on the run game. And when we run, when our pass game is in play, we are going to use tempo to accentuate it. I saw that in this scrimmage with all the lineups. So I kind of like it. After watching the game, I think Lonergan won that third QB spot. I thought he was the one on the way to the portal at first. Hey, listen, I don't know, man. I think Lonergan still has potential to possibly, if he does hit the portal, it would make sense. Lonergan is definitely QB3 right now. But that's not, you know, I can't even say that because when Austin Mack had that lineup that Lonergan had, he performed the same, you know, in scrimmage number 2. So, and you see the playmaking ability from all the quarterbacks. That's the most the difficult part of evaluating this room. You see the playmaking ability. Austin Mack, yeah, two throws at the ground, but this was his first big stage experience, guys. Like this was his first one. 72,000 at a spring game. This kid is just about to be 18. He's going into his second year of college. That's I mean, at Alabama. Come on. Everybody knows what Alabama is to this generation. So yeah. We could not play a drama format. Alabama has 13 linemen on scholarship right now. Only 11 available for A-Day. That's begging somebody to get hurt. It needed to be this way. Coaches are smart. Trust them. I didn't even think of it on that aspect, but I know it's 13 scholarship. But I think it's 3, 5. It's 17 O-linemen on that were like in the O-line group. It's like 17. I think that was one of the things we first counted when we first went to one in practice. So it was like 17. We had enough to do it like they used to, but I like this format, man. It just makes sense. Good morning, Shawnee. How you feeling? We lost our whole secondary, and there will be some growing pains. I don't like that Georgia is early in the season. I love that. I feel like that's an early test to let you know where you're going to sit at. I know Womack beat OK State last year, but South Alabama also went 2-4 on the road with comparable competition. The SEC also has comparable competition. I'm missing the comparable competition terminology. What do you mean by comparable competition? You mean other offenses that's going to move like Alabama's offense? Is that what we're saying, Todd? I'd like to get into that discussion. They just look shaky. You think the coverage looks shaky? I saw some confident guys, man. That was a lot, man. I guess you have to be up there mentally, you know what I'm saying? Like, and be around, because even George Teague was commenting on, he was like, man, it looks like we're gonna have a vanilla defense today. You know, let's see how the offense goes crazy. You know, he was saying it, but everybody was still surprised to see the adjustments made in the second half. Like, guys were really they started to get a lot more comfortable and start to trust their instincts. You know, talking to Gerald Woodard, you know, Peyton's father. You know, that secondary, they took it upon their own selves to kind of start cheating the play, you know, reading and seeing and going. And that's exactly what Coach Warmack wants them to be comfortable doing. Even if I give you a base cover 3, if you're diagnosing the play, as long as you're not out there playing superstar ball, communicate. Hey, safety, you. Lock the two, you know, meaning lock the number 2 receiver. I got 1. That's our match zone now. That's our assignment. And the linebacker got to be able to hear that or feel that and be and know that he has underneath. And if the edge is already out in flats, I could get a little bit more depth and still spy and cover the hook, you know, or the curl. Like that's what this defense is trying to teach these players. So I think they did good progressing even in that scrimmage. Here we go. Tay McClendon went back and watched again. The defense was in position on most plays. The O-line technique looks better, 10 times better already as far as opening up holes, right? We need to pick up a quality DB and D-line in the portal. Tay, appreciate the $10 super chat. I agree with you. I do agree with getting some quality DBs, maybe two corners in the portal, right? And then D lineman, I think we said it, D line. I think more so the offensive line. We need to go and get a quality talent on that offensive line. Yes, we got Kaden Proctor, but even there, I think Kaden Proctor is going to be a few weeks out of the way. I think by Georgia game, he might end up being the outright starter. But I'm telling you all, don't sleep on those other guys in front of him. You know, Pritchett and Bertrand. And I don't believe Kaden Proctor is coming back to sit on the bench. But early on in the season, those guys are going to have their opportunities due to the competition that we're playing. And Proctor has to learn the system. So, but yeah, I agree with you, man. I agree with you. Went back defense, and that's the thing. That's why I was looking at Adam. I was like, wide receivers were running wide open. Go look at all the completions that were made, my guy. Like, there were very few wide open plays. Every big play that was made in the pass game, even the one with the pass that Jalen Milroe had to Jeremy Bernard, that Jeremy Bernard wasn't wide open. That was just a perfect pass. And he caught the ball at 14 yards, broke a tackle, you know, made a play after because he got space with the catch and made a solid play. And you saw the swarm. You saw guys chasing the play down. Nobody gave up on the play. It could have easily been a touchdown. Nobody gave up on the play. So those are the small things that you got to pay attention to. Stop looking at it like it's a Saturday game, because it wasn't a Saturday game. If it was a Saturday game, we wouldn't have been in that soft coverage that they were in to create that opening. But still, you had a crosser being covered in base coverage. That's communication. That's discipline. That's understanding what's being called. Go watch the play again. Even the play that Ty Simpson made, where you had double end routes coming from the strong side, right? One was supposed to be shallow, one was supposed to be dig length, ceiling length, right? And you had a 9 route. Your safety passes all of that off. Last year, we saw safety getting caught up in the dig route, and thinking that he had corner help, and the corner getting confused, thinking he had over top help. But this year, you know what I saw happen? I saw Payne Woodyard see the 2 digs in front, but he also he has safety coverage for his boundary side, pulls off of it, gets depth, takes away the 9, takes away the seam or whatever it was, a seam or a fade, takes away that route. And the underneath coverage from the Husky on the opposite side went with the dig, and your linebacker underneath that was in the middle, they passed off the crosser. And it forced Ty Simpson, because, you know, they didn't have the wide receivers didn't have the right depth. It forced a missed throw by Ty Simpson to overthrow, you know. So those are the small things that I paid attention to. Mac will grow. Yeah, Mac is gonna be solid. That kid's gonna be real solid. Shout out to my Betsy in here with the $9.99 super chat. Coach Smook, did you see Damani McClain from Colorado enter the portal? Betsy, appreciate that $9.99. Yeah, Uncle Jay, we seeing that. We're not interested. We're not interested. I don't think I'm not big on him. I wasn't big on him in high school either. You know, Ellis Robinson was the guy for me in that class. I like that. I like Ellis Robinson. One of my curiosities is that nobody is asking about. I wonder how the in-helmet communication is working so far. So we asked Deontay Lawson. He said there's no difference. He said literally because he's the only one that has it in his helmet. You only have one guy on the defense with the in-helmet communication, just like on offense. And no difference. It does kind of help get the play call in, but they get cut off, you know, at a certain time. So you still got to be able to communicate. He said it's really no difference. It's really no difference. Still look to the sideline for signals, for adjustments. But film study and everything was it is going to play into how they communicate effectively. Tim Nolan said tackling was sloppy. Maybe they were being smart and protecting their teammates, Tim, because there was a lot of popping going on. There was a lot of flying to the ball. There was a few times where the running backs were given a little leeway. But there was some solid hits being made out there. But there was also some strong runs being made too. So think about it like that. You want to come out of a spring game with Justice Haynes being more banged up than what he was, right? You want guys tweaking ankles because little DBs got to form tackle and go at their legs. You want that? Nah. A lot of up high hits, something you won't see in the season. A lot of hits being made up high on the body. So yeah, get off of that. Because I've been in some of the practices, man. These boys hit. Rodarius Morgan, y'all seen that. Xavier Brown had to pull up on Ty Simpson. Ty Simpson would have been in the ambulance. And he act like he had that spin. Nah, bro. You was lit up, Sonny. A lot of thug tackling. That's what it's supposed to be. That's what it's supposed to be. Jeremiah Taylor, Milroe plays solid, man. Hey, I'm worried. I'm 100% with you, my guy. I'm 100% with you. You can never judge the defense because the defense always gets handcuffed. And you know what's crazy? I'm worried if you're a football player like I am, you know, during every practice up into that last scrimmage, defense usually is dominating all throughout spring. Everybody knows it. Defense usually dominates. Defense usually wins the first day. Offense might win 1-2 out of the 3 weeks of spring practice. We might win, like, for real, outright win 2 days, right? But defense usually just tears it up. And then that scrimmage, it's always something about that scrimmage. It's always something about the final scrimmage. Offense tends to just wake up. And that's a good sign. Hey, WT, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. Number 41, Justin O was hitting them gaps hard at linebacker. Yes, he was very impressive. I will say that him and Jeremiah Alexander. Justin Jefferson got knocked back a few times, but honestly, y'all, I don't see him being that guy at linebacker. I think that's why I was stressing the fact that there'll be, just like with that running back room. I don't know if y'all remember my triangle rotation of the running back room. I think there'll be sets where Justin Jefferson is on the field because it's open field. We got a lot of space to cover. Put him out there. He might be out there for Lawson, you know. But Justin Okoronkwo, he can get in space too, and he shoots the gaps. I think he probably gonna put on maybe another 10, 15 pounds in this offseason. And we're gonna really see him, you know, be able to move some guys around and get opportunities because he's fast. I think that kid might be a 4.49, like for real. I think he might be a 4.49, 4.51, you know, type kid. I'm telling you, he's fast. Sideline to sideline too. Sideline to sideline. Any whispers on any of the portal entries? I haven't heard any portal entry news. Like I said, I'm gonna tell y'all straight up, I'm not a portal follower. You know, I don't care to discuss possible portal entries. Do I have conversations about what we could find in the portal? What I think we should go after? Yes. The only thing I'm connected to right now, I'm waiting for that Will Johnson announcement. That's all I'm waiting for. Me personally, you know. So But no, I haven't heard any whispers. You hear rumors, but Ty Simpson already shut down the big rumor. Dylan Lonergan, nobody's heard anything from him. I heard that rumor going around. Richard Young, I heard that rumor. And it's still early. It's only day 2. The portal's been open for, almost 48 hours now. So, yeah, my fault, y'all. I had to get some water. Yeah, Justin Oler, he's the guy from Germany. Yep. And you got to think he started playing football late too. 4-4, yeah. I think a lot of guys really solidified. I think that a lot of guys solidified their position. Sterling Dixon played good. I can't wait to see him. We didn't get to see him much of Yanzi Pierre. We didn't get to see much of him. I believe there was some things going on with he had a hamstring injury, I believe, that was kind of nagging him. So yeah, I don't know. Oh, so my insider chat, I'm about to tell them to pull up in here. Hold on. My insider chat had a question for the undefeated. Well, not for the undefeated, but for Bama Nation and our little crew that we have. And these dudes are legit, man. I rock with them. And it's about the portal. So I'm gonna have it at the end of the segment. We got about 20 more minutes. So I'm gonna have it at the end of this segment, right? So check this out. We talked about the defense, right? I think we're good at defensive line. I like the linebackers. Edge rushers. We was talking about edge rushers just now. Yanzi Pierre, we didn't get to see much of him, but you did get to see Quay Russaw, right? Everybody saw Quay Russaw. Y'all love that, right? I mean, Quay Russaw, to me, he's the one that flashed. Keanu Colt had some nice plays, right? Didn't see much Q-Rob as expected. He's the guy. He's going to get his during the season. But Quay Russaw, man. Quay Russaw is going to be that dude. Keon Keeley is not hurt, man. I'm telling you, if there's a name that we might see in the portal, I strongly believe because of his talent and what he wants to do on the defensive side, which is get back on that edge, something that he's not going to be able to do here at Alabama in this scheme. Not saying that he can't learn how, but to get on the field like he feel like he deserves, it might be an opportunity for him elsewhere, right? Maybe in Ohio State. That's the ideal destination. That's what some of the buzz is. That's what some of the rumors are. But nothing serious. Nothing serious about him leaving yet. But that's I can see it happening. So, but Quay Russaw, I can't speak enough on that young man. James Smith, Curtis Perry, Jeremiah Beeman. All those guys in that front that line up on the line, put their hand in the dirt, pass rush, all that those guys went crazy. I like that for our O-line. It's just going to make them better. You won't see a deep rotation like that in the SEC this year. I don't think so. I looked at some of the other spring games. I don't see that amount of athleticism and talent and size on the defensive line across the SEC. And all these guys are like 255 to 270, 275. You got a few that are bigger, 285, 290. But most of these guys are big movers, like a bunch of big tight ends playing D-line that are nasty, tenacious. So I can't wait to see. What's up, Terry Truss? How you feeling? He said, "What's up, bro, Coach Smook?" So question, do you think guys are really just bought into Coach DeBoer process over going to another program? You know what? I think you could look at the spring game and tell that a lot of guys are really I think a lot of guys are going to stick it out. You could look at the effort that was given on each team, on each level. I think they probably preached the message that, everybody's going to get an opportunity to showcase something, and it's what you do with it. And you've seen some guys fumble some opportunities. I pick at Jaron Hamilton because that was my pick to break out. But he dropped a big first down, a perfect pass from Jalen Milroe. and if he was to go lose a spot, drop on the depth chart, being that he was already, he got moved up basically into that 5-6 man rotation. But you drop a pass like that, then you open it up for a guy like Bubba Hampton to make a big play. Now you just push yourself down. It's about taking advantage of opportunities. And if they feel like they're going to be able to get more opportunities, they're going to stick around and play for a championship team. So it's not hard to stick around when the portal opens. It's not hard to say, okay, maybe I could try this for another fall. This is a good team, a good environment. This is becoming a hot spot. You never know. I may get in against Western Kentucky and be able to put 100 passing yards up in Dylan Lonergan, right? I may be able to throw the ball 6 times against Western Kentucky and get 100 passing yards and display what I can do, even though the game is out of reach. You get what I'm saying? Like, these are the opportunities that some of these guys are thinking about, and it might work out. It might work out for them, So I think this staff does have a huge part to do with it. This staff, Coach Kalen DeBoer, and the energy that he just bleeds out, the energy that the aura that he carries. I think people respect it, and it's easy to work with a coach like that, a leader like that, who's not above everyone, who treats himself on the same level. There's stories that the first day he came in, he met with all of the staff members that were administrative staff there, and had conversations with everyone, personal conversations to see what their thoughts were, and all of this, and got phone numbers, had a phone roster built for personal communication, not just office communication. So he cares about doing something great here. And so if he cares that much about the staff, I can just imagine what those players feel. What about Keeley? I'm not feeling the LT Overton play. Yes, number 22 LT Overton. He and Ja Latham, when they're on the field, it's kind of hard to tell who is who, because those two really get after it. LT Overton is just learning the scheme. I think he's settling in really nice with this defensive line rotation. I think the more you get kids to buy into not having to be the guy that plays 60 snaps to be that dude, the more you get guys like to buy into that, that's when you're going to see super teams really thrive. Because I feel like we got enough guys on the D-line where nobody should be playing more than 20 snaps a game across the D-line. I mean, nobody. We have that type of talent. 25 maybe for teams that can get up and down the field, maybe. But how many teams are going to be able to run 85, 90 plays against this defense? I mean, it was only 2 games last year where they gave up over 70 snaps. They had more than 70 snaps. So I think it's going to be good. Coach Al coming in with the analysis. Keeley is twitchy and can make some value as a 3-5 technique mismatch. If he buys into that, he will be a star. Thank Armstead from the San Francisco 49ers. I agree somewhat, Coach Al. I agree somewhat with his skill set, the evaluation of the skill set. But that 3-5 technique for him, he's struggling with it. It's like he doesn't want to take on. Now, getting to the quarterback, that's not a problem for him. It's about the other assignment, the dirty stuff, clearing off the end for your stunt, pulling the stunt to you, pulling the protection to you so that the twist can work. Like, those are the things that he's struggling with understanding, and his technique in those areas is what's hurting him as far as his depth. And I think you understand what I'm saying. Like, you got guys in front of him that don't mind getting dirty. Keon Keeley don't want to get dirty, lining up in that 3 or that 5. You get what I'm saying? So, it can get funny for him. It can get funny for him. Let me see. I see some more comments. Brian agreed. Can't wait for the summer. As Smook, like George said, you should touch on the development of pocket awareness we saw on A-Day. Oh, y'all already jumped to the offensive side. I was really trying to avoid offense today. Y'all know I get talking about offense. I go all day. Let's move to the offensive side. Pocket awareness by all the quarterbacks, I believe, was great. Austin Mack really had a hard time, right? I expected it. Big stage, big lights. This was first big time experience. Didn't have a first team offensive line protecting him. And like we've been talking about, this defensive line, it is deep. I mean, even the walk-ons, you got some walk-ons out there that's like some dogs. So, but the development of the quarterback room is definitely being seen across the board. And that's what we've been harking on as a staff here. People try to give Jalen Milroe this persona that he can't learn. Well, Milroe has never had a quarterback coach. He's never had a throwing coach. He's never had an offensive coordinator that related to his skill set. And that he has all of those things right now at the University of Alabama with Coach Kalen DeBoer, Nick Sheridan, Coach Mitch, his throwing coach, and also Coach Shepard, being a pass game coordinator. They have a unique relationship also. Also, Brian Ellis, tight end coach, who has pass game coordination experience and quarterback coaching experience. So he has a lot of knowledge around him that's going to help him develop. And you see what happened with Michael Penix and his game. And it's not just Jalen Milroe. You got Jalen Milroe being a leader, getting Ty Simpson up, getting Dylan Lonergan up, getting Austin Mack up, getting those guys into the film room and saying, hey, this is what we need to work in. How can we make each other better? And they really work. They really push each other. That's why I like the competition. That's why I said Jalen Milroe will forever be the starter as long as he keeps this up. There's no removing him. But there was a great development of that pocket awareness. The first pass, that big pass to Jeremy Bernard, he had to step up, turn his hip, step up, replant, deliver the ball in stride, over the shoulder, catch him in stride, going across, going away from him. That's a hard throw to make. So I liked it. And then the pass to Jeremy Bernard, the big play downfield, that one was questionable, but that's a trust thing. That's letting me know that he's starting to develop real relationships with these wide receivers. The ball that Emmanuel Henderson dropped, yes, it was a little high, but Emmanuel Henderson makes that play. He just so happened to drop it. Jaron Hamilton to release the ball before he was even out of his break. That timing, the delivery, the velocity on that throw, it was dropped by Hamilton. And it was not a bad pass. It was a great pass to be truthful. Now there was one pass to Kendrick Law where he steps up and instead of playing his feet correctly, he kind of just hops into the throw using all arm strength. Didn't follow through. His release point was catapult style again, and the ball was inside. Inside when it should have been outside, away from the safety, giving Kendrick Law an opportunity to fade and get up under it, but that wasn't the case. And you've seen him correct it immediately on the next throw. So I'm excited to see the development of all the quarterbacks. Ty Simpson, we saw him, gamble a couple of times. That's been his downfall. That gambler's mentality, that gunslinger mentality. But you like that when he has next play mentality to go along with it. So yeah, I might have been close there, but next play, and he has the arm talent. Clearly, he has the arm talent. Doesn't have near the escapability, but he does have the confidence in his escapability, right? Something you see from guys like Joe Burrow, who weren't the fastest, who weren't the most athletic, but they could get out and make plays with their legs. AJ McCarron did it, who else? I mean, even Jackson Dart. I like how Jackson Dart used to use his legs. Ty Simpson's not as fast as those guys, or not as fast as Jackson Dart, but similar mindset when it comes to making plays, extending the play. And then Dylan Lonergan came out and did his thing. He's been consistent since he's been on campus. Like I said, he has a lot of value. If he were to go into the portal, I would understand. I don't want him to go. You never know what could happen during college football. And the fact that we have 3 quarterbacks that I'm confident that could start for just about any team in the nation, I think that's a good sign for Alabama. That's a good sign for the team. Running backs. Yeah, hey, the thing is, guys, I've never been against Ty Simpson. I was the one last season, and some of you all remember when I used to be on another network, another channel, I was the one that got criticism for saying that Milroe will be the starter, but if Milroe struggles against Middle Tennessee State, the score is 7-0 in the middle of the second quarter. Ty Simpson gets the opportunity to go in this game. He's not losing the job. I said that, and people took that as me saying Milroe couldn't do it. But literally, Ty Simpson, if he gets this year, if there's a game, if we're struggling against Georgia or Wisconsin, you get what I'm saying? If we're struggling and Milroe has to get removed, Ty Simpson will be the starting quarterback the rest of the season. I just got a text from Miss Riley, Jaden Roberts' mother. Wonder what's that about. Might be getting exclusive. But yeah, but all three quarterbacks, I think we got three quarterbacks that's ready to go, and a quarterback in Austin Mack who will be ready. Like at the end of this year, I think Austin Mack will go into spring competing. May not be the starter next year because Ty Simpson, I've already told y'all, Ty Simpson is my starter for next year, but I think Austin Mack will be able to compete and push somebody for a starting for some backup roles type stuff. Austin Mack and Dylan Lonergan. I think Lonergan will compete for the starting job against Ty though. I just think Ty has a different factor, plus he's been there longer. You kind of go with the guy that's had some game experience. Ty has had some game experience, right? Not very much, but some. Running back room. How would y'all feels with the running back room? I know we had a lot of buzz about the running backs, man. Richard Young, Jalen Miller, they kind of were the highlights of the running back room that game. But I saw some big things from Daniel Hill. That kid is strong. He's a big body running back, and he's not slow though. He's definitely not a 4.6 guy. People don't remember Derrick Henry was like a 4.58 guy coming into college, and it was just manhandling people. So I think Daniel Hill performed very well. I forget the fifth running back number. I think it was number 31 or number 20. I don't have my my sheet, but that kid was running the ball too. Justice Haynes doing what Justice Haynes does. As you all heard, he kind of banged up his shoulder, little stinger. That's what happened when you running people over, trying to run everybody over, right? It happens sometimes. But the running back room is definitely solid this year. That I think we're definitely going to lean on them. And yeah, it's definitely the best running back room in the country. I believe it's the best running back room in the country. Ty is going to get to play more this year too. This offense is going to take it to some of these teams on the schedule. Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. That I would not be. It would not be crazy to see three quarterbacks play against Western Kentucky. It would not be crazy. It would not be crazy to see three quarterbacks play against USF. It would not be crazy to see two quarterbacks play against Wisconsin. It would not be crazy to see two quarterbacks play against. Let me pull up the schedule because I know we got a few games in the middle that I think we're just going to handle business. Uh-oh. Let me see. I'm pulling the schedule up now, y'all. Western Kentucky, USF, Vanderbilt. We go to Nashville. It wouldn't surprise me to see three quarterbacks play. We got South Carolina at home on October 12th. At Tennessee, I don't think, that's going to be a tough one. Missouri going to be a tough one. LSU going to be a tough one. Three quarterbacks at Mercer when we have Mercer later in the season, right? Oklahoma. Wouldn't be surprised to see two quarterbacks play against Oklahoma. And then Milroe's probably going to go crazy against Auburn at home for his final game of his Alabama career. That'd be crazy, man. His final game in the stadium. Milroe going to go crazy. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of QB2 play, some QB3 play next season. Hoaz, what's up, man? I said Hoaz, it's who's. I thought it was H-O like Boaz. I'm sorry, man. I'm goofy. I'm sorry. I just realized what I said after I said it, y'all. Don't light me up, y'all. I've been doing good this segment, right? Hoaz. That's crazy. I can't believe I said that. I'm sorry. Who's. No doubt about the best running back room in the country. Facts. Rich, big homie. See, I knew y'all was gonna come in acting up. I thought it said H like Boaz in the Bible. I thought it said Hoaz like Hoaz. My fault, y'all. Oh man, I'm silly, y'all. I'm sorry. I bet I will get. You bet you'll get. Hey, Adam. Hey, you can get on the sideline fast enough. You see, and then the wide receivers also. The wide receivers. I think we're going to see a lot of rotation with them. Like I said, left tackle is my only concern on offense. We talked about quarterbacks in depth. Like I said, I got a few more minutes. I'm going to try to wrap this up. But we talked about wide receivers, a lot of drops, right? A lot of drops, but you can expect that a spring game. But I think a lot of the drops were because there was coverage in the area. There was, the concentration factor has definitely got to be worked on. But you're talking about 15 practices. 15 practices. That's where we're at. And we have that type of product at the wide receiver position. Offensive line. I saw a lot of good things, but I also saw a lot of bad things. Wilk and Formby played lights out. Definitely want to get some depth behind him. Miles McVay played some solid snaps. I really would like to see if Formby could play left tackle, and could you put Pritchett at right or McVay at right tackle? I would like to see that. With Kaden Proctor coming in, he's more than likely going to man that left tackle spot sometime early in the season. I'm thinking like maybe USF or Georgia game. It'll be when he gets that spot back. But I'm telling you all, I've been talking to these guys, and Kaden Proctor being back is not like this big old, welcome back moment. He understands he has some proving to do. He understands that, man, and that's a good thing. That's a positive thing. With his situation coming back, with how things happened when he left, all of that, like him coming back with that mentality is definitely what's important. That important, that mindset to say, hey, I'm here to work. I'm not expecting nobody to give me nothing. That's important. So yeah, your new house is built near Boaz. Wide receivers did good, but could be better. I think that's for everybody. The tight ends, but you know what? You know who did play solid? I mean, in the run game, blocking, getting out in their pass, their routes in the pass game. The tight ends look very good. That's another group I'm not worried about. I think they're going to be undervalued coming into the season. Not a lot of hype, but once the season get rolling, watch how they are utilized, especially in the jet sweep action. Man, you know how many times we're going to run that fake jet sweep and dump it over to the tight end, streaking down the middle of the field. CJ Dupree, Robbie Oops, Danny Lewis, Boaz. I got my kicking Boaz. You don't mess with Boaz. Crimson Blood 22 with the 2222 super chat, man. Much love, my guy. Much love. Y'all crazy, man. Y'all crazy. I thought about maybe trying him at left tackle. Talking about Wilk and Formby. I think they tried McVay there, but it wasn't a good fit for him. Something about being on that left side. It's different. Everybody knows left tackle is probably one of the most. You got to be the most skilled to play left tackle. That's that blind side for most quarterbacks. Pastor B, what's good, man? It was great meeting you, man. He said the same thing. He walked up to me, man, you tall. You way taller than what I thought. Like, y'all, I'm only 6'3", y'all. I'm only 6'3". So next time I see y'all, don't be talking about. Everybody was saying the same thing. I'm like, bro, I am not that tall. And then I look at the picture, I did want to bring a picture up, y'all. Let me see. I got some pictures. I got a few pictures we could look at. Let me see. Hold on, I'm gonna do it like this. We had a good time at A-Day, y'all. It was really a good time. Great to see a lot of you all. The turnout was awesome. Let me see. Can I share this like this? All right. Let me know how this look. Let me see. What it look like? Okay. So yeah, this is the picture with the young lady. I don't know if y'all remember. I don't know if y'all remember the story about the lady that came from Texas. She was in stage 4, battling stage 4 cancer. This is her right here. That's her friend, her sister, I believe. And then y'all see me. See, I'm not that tall over everybody. This is the MVP of the day. Sean's niece, she held it down. She was basically the producer on scene, right? And she held it down the whole time. What's another one? What's another one? Oh, this is my little personal picture with her. Hold on. This is my personal picture. And she was so sweet, y'all. It was almost like we had met her before. It was weird. It felt like we had met her before. But yeah, man. That was her story just kind of caught everybody in the moment. And it made you think about life, you know. And Kai had a good depiction of you know, how she's living. And it really was a moment, y'all. It really was a moment. You know, for her to be battling what she was battling, she said she's living every day like it's her last. And a lot of times, we in life, we don't live our life to the fullest. You know, we don't live our life to the fullest, waiting for something to happen, and we miss out on things. And life just steadily passing us by. Time waits for nobody. That's why I enjoy being a football fan, but I also enjoy doing what we do here. But I had a question for y'all before we get up out of here, y'all. I got about 5 minutes. Here we go. Here we go. So what do y'all think about these thoughts right here? What do y'all think about these thoughts right now? Overall satisfaction rate. 1 being, you know, not satisfied at all, or 5 being like greatly satisfied. Kalen DeBoer has come in and secured a solid roster of talent, right? Kalen DeBoer has came in and made his mark on recruiting early in his first full class, a term of recruiting with the 25 class, early mark. Kalen DeBoer has been able to assemble a staff around him that is going to allow him to you know, be more of a game manager. And seeing how this offense is progressing. Number 4, Kalen DeBoer, Nick Sheridan, Jamarcus Shepard, Coach Cap, who else? And Coach Ellis, all on that offense, and Coach G. This is probably going to be the most exciting staff to watch with this offense and the skill sets. Point number 4. Number 5, defensively. I think we saw a lot of things that this defense can work on, but one thing that we did not don't have to worry about is our speed on the defensive side, our defensive pass rush, and also our ball playability out of the secondary ball playability. So those 5 points, what y'all think about my points? Anything like on those levels, when you name those 5 points, how satisfied are you with currently where Alabama football is? Let me see. 1 through 5. We got a 3. I'm gonna say I'm at a 4.5 to 4. I'm at like a 4.5. Got Adam with a 3, Larry Large with a 4.5. Solid 4, Sean A says. Shane B says 3. Cynthia says 4. Big Homie says 4. Caleb says 4. Marquita says 4. Hacky Music says 4. 4.5 from Jay Townsend. Ebony, my sister, says 5. See, she's a little bit closer to it, so she kind of gets to see Kalen. She got to see Kalen. Y'all, my allergies, I feel like I'm about to sneeze my freaking nose off, and it will not come out. I want to sneeze so bad. But Ebony with the 5. Sean says 4.5. Levi says 4. John says a 4. Solid 4 by Chris. 4.5 from my boy Brian. Steven Scuba says 4. Matt Farn says 4.125. I'm cool with that. Ty says 3. Chris says 4. So we average. I could say we could average about a 4 in this chat. Got a couple of 5s, got a few 3s, right? But a bunch of 4s. Strong 4. Coach Smook, you a tall glass of water, my man. Whatever they saying, that saying means. Hey, I pause. You can't say that to me. I don't know, Roll Tide, if you another man. You don't say that to another grown man. All right. You don't do that. We don't do that. Okay. Some people do. No, not. I would appreciate it if another man didn't call me a tall glass of water, brother. Like, say I'm a giraffe or something. You know what I'm saying? Call me, call me a don't call me that either. Just don't just say I'm tall. Just say that. Just say I'm tall. Just say I'm taller. Okay? Don't say nothing. 3.754 for my guy Ruben. A strong 4 from Juan Rogers, right? What is the difference between a 4 and a strong 4? So a 4 is like 4. Then a strong 4 is like 4. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. You know what I'm saying? 4.5. The players like the players like the leadership. I love it. Rolls Tide says 4. Y'all giving 4s because y'all still grieving Saban, but I've been riding with Katie for 2 years now at UW. Hey, Ebony, I'm saying 4.5 because you got to win in the SEC. That's the last block he has to check for me. It's not recruiting. It's not scheme. It's not can he win games. It's can he win in the SEC. That is it. That's the last block. That's the point of coming here, to win games, win championships. If he can win games in the SEC, if Kalen DeBoer comes out of this first season 11-1 regular season, he has overexceeded the expectations. A lot of people are saying that Kalen DeBoer is going to go 8-4 his first season. That is crazy to me. That is beyond me. He hasn't went 8-4 anywhere except for when he was at Fresno State. And even there, he still, the first year was COVID year. He didn't have a spring. But that following year, what'd he go? 9-3? He hasn't lost more than 3 games in the season since that season as a head coach. So he knows how to win. I'm just ready to see him do it in the SEC. It's a different ball game down here, Ebony. It's a different ball game. I'm telling you. Y'all know I be acting up. I ain't highlighting none of them comments. Y'all acting up. A 4? I like that. 12-0. Steven Scuba, I honestly believe we can go 12-0. Georgia game is going to tell me a lot. How we win that game, not if we win that game, but how we win that game is going to tell me a lot. There's no if. We're beating Georgia. I am 100% confident that we're going to win against Georgia. How we beat them, how we win that game is what I think is going to determine the rest of the season. Professionally certified hater, he said, I have arrived. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, I'm telling y'all. Cynthia Middleton said, give me 10-2 or 11-11. I know she meant 11-1. Typing fast, getting excited. I don't think we lose 2 games this year. This staff can coach. Ricky Smith, I agree with you. 12-0 is definitely attainable. Hey, somebody said, John M says, we beating Georgia by 14. I told you what my score prediction was. I think the Georgia score will be 41-20. I'm telling you, it's going to be something like 45-21, 41-20, 41-18, maybe. Like, I really feel like our defense is going to give them fits, man. Kane Womack is going to blitz the crap out of this Georgia offense. He is going to send every resource he can to stop the run game against Georgia. He's going to make that offensive line, he's going to make keep their heads looking left and right. They're never going to be able to lock on one guy. It's not going to be a lot of one-on-ones. They're going to have to really decipher what this defense is sending at them. I guarantee you those blitz packages are going to be so exotic. So exotic. Telling y'all. Wisconsin, I don't think Wisconsin going to have enough to put up against us to make us play 4 quarters. I don't think they will. Georgia will have enough. We'll just out scheme them to the point where I'm not worried about the talent matching across the board in our schedule. I'm talking about the scheme. How will we adjust and will we be able to take a team like Georgia and really just knock them off their game? Can we pull them all the way out of their identity and force uncharacteristic errors like teams have been able to do us for the past 2 or 3 years, right? We've seen teams pull us out of character, and we have seen some of Coach Saban's best coaching jobs with some of not the most ideal staff. But now you look at what Kalen DeBoer and his staff, their energy, I think we might see something different this year. Dino, I don't think we losing one if we whoop Georgia. I don't think we losing one if we whoop Georgia. If we lose, it's going to be in the playoffs. It's going to be in the playoffs. Bama 31, Georgia 20. Y'all already calling Georgia scores. Like me. I really think that's the game, y'all. That's what Vegas do, man. That's what Vegas do. Vegas got to get the money kicked in. Vegas know that Kalen DeBoer is going to start the season off 3-0, though. I guarantee you. Vegas is banking on Kalen DeBoer so they could build up for that Georgia game. That's going to be a moneymaker. Vegas always do that. Yeah, we're not losing to Wisconsin. That's a no-no. Man, listen, professional certified hater, I can't ask for more. If this O-line comes out, I mean, ringing, nobody's stopping us. This offense is too powerful, y'all. But hey, y'all, I gotta get up out of here, man. It's been fun. It's been a good time today. I appreciate y'all, man, for participating today. Thank you for all 268 of you that stuck it out to the end. If you haven't ran the likes up on the stream, y'all, please do before you get up out of here. Let me see how many likes we're at. We're at 184 likes. Please, let's get up to 200 likes before I even end the stream, man. Shouts out to the undefeated, everybody in the undefeated. We rocking with y'all. We love y'all. Thank you for your support every day, showing up to these live streams. Tonight's schedule, we have wait, I gotta look. I gotta see what the night schedule is because I will be on the road. I will be on the road tonight. I might be able to tap in though. I might be able to tap in. Where should I stream from tonight, y'all? I'm gonna be on the road. Schedule Wednesday. Sean. Okay, so you got Sean at 7 and I'm at 8. Sean at 7, I'm at 8. So yeah, I'm gonna do the I should be able to jump on at 8. And yeah, y'all make sure y'all run the likes up before y'all get out of here. We sitting at 184. Make sure y'all run the likes up before y'all get out of here. 201. There we go. I just refreshed my page. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for getting us to 200 likes. Thank you for tuning in on the stream. Don't forget Coach Sean with Just My Humble Opinion tonight. And then I'll be on after him with the Smook Scoop. Hopefully we have some buzz. Hopefully we have some news to discuss. Hopefully we able to, talk something else other than, spring game. Because right now, that's all that's popping right now. The spring game. When it comes to Bama, that's what we want to talk about, Bama. We got a lot of stuff going. Oh, we could talk baseball. I got some stats from baseball. Got some drama brewing in the portal for Bama basketball, right? Some stories. We could talk rumors tonight. We could talk all that. So bring all the tea. And I'm gonna see if we might be able to get Shamari Earl on tonight just to talk about his visit this past weekend. So if we do that, that'll be cool. I think y'all will have fun with that. So yeah, I catch y'all on the next one. It's been fun. I'm your boy, Coach Smook. Don't forget to follow me on all of my socials at Coach Smook. Make sure you go check me out at Coach Smook. Follow me at Coach Smook on everything. That's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Snapchat. Like, this is just follow your boy. Follow your boy. If you want to see some fun, you want to be able to interact with your boy, follow me on those socials. And we still growing. We still growing the page. We still growing the content. And we're going to keep growing it. We're going to keep doing what we do. But yeah, shout out to Bama Football on YouTube, Kyle Henderson, T, my brother Sean, my brother Ty, my brother Jance. Hey, lock in with all of them, man. Lock in with all of us. We appreciate y'all. Catch y'all on the next one. I'm Coach Smook. It's been fun. Leave y'all with a big old roll tide. Enjoy y'all day, y'all.